Haven't worn this thing in a while. All right, so we just idled in the drive-thru for a minute. It's 196 oil temp. We got 68 degrees outside. Perfect day. It's overcast, no sun, not humid, cool air. Manifold air temp's 167. Now that's pretty like extremely hot. Yeah, manifold air temp right now is just hit 171, 169, 171. So it seems like it might be keeping it there. Intake air temp 126. And when I drive, it recovers pretty fast. Just trying to figure out what is normal. We did some testing a few days ago, and I think that the supercharger intercooler pump was airlocked. It ran dry, or it wasn't filled properly, or I don't know. You could pull off the intercooler coolant cap on the reservoir, and there was no flow. So I showed you in the beginning of the video, that was start up right as I was leaving. All right, so here's driving. Here, I'll hit the gas. So eased onto the throttle, and it recovered fairly fast. So that is good. So something is working. Guys, we really need to get a lift and a tire machine set up at the facility, because JB's got the wife's exploder out here on the rack, dude, changing the tires. What are you doing? Oh, now you gotta borrow tools. All right, so we made it out here to do a little testing situation, and I'm hearing something drip. So right back there, there's fuel dripping out of the back of the rail. Car's super hot. I don't have a fire extinguisher on me, so I'm very, very, very sketched out at the moment. Right there, you see a drip? Drip. I heard something sizzling out as it was dripping. I said, what the heck is that? Crawling all over the engine. And back of the fuel rail, dripping fuel. Very, very not good. Not good. All right, so I got in there. Tighten the fitting on the back of the rail. I think we're good. It's not dripping. I didn't get much of a turn out of it though, so I don't know how tight it really is, but I was able to get the compressor in there and just kind of, you know, crank it a little bit, and it's not dripping, so that is a good sign. So we're gonna probably try to head to the shop. My wife brought me a compressor wrench.
You gotta get rid of this. This thing's terrible.
What's that?
This is
the towel. Yeah. I gotta show you how to use a towel. It worked really good when I just tried that.
Every day. I mean, ever since I was probably 1 year old, I've been using a towel to tell myself. You ever gonna use a fucking towel?
We're gonna call the car. What do we call the car?
White Lightning.
White Lightning. That's pretty generic.
So what you're about to say, Earl.
So this is actually from one of you guys. This is from a person in the comments.
No.
So a guy commented and he said, hear me out. The name of the car, because I called it in the thing Demon Killer, which is a little aggressive, you know, killer, the whole, that's just the, I feel like that word's trying to be canceled. So it might not be the most ideal thing to say that. You aren't even listening.
I hear you. Have a word to say. Did you hear what I said?
Street sweeper.
Yeah, so if you can hear me, I can hear you.
So the initial video is Demon Killer. The dude said, how about Demon Slayer? So wait, hold on. I took it and I modified it a little bit further. Not modified, but just dropped a word off. Slayer. The car is Slayer.
Here's the thing. Now, I typically would go negative. I would. But it got the ass to back it up.
Right.
So that's sort of like, hey, I'm a... Slayer's not bad. I like it.
So right now we're rolling with Slayer. So we're gonna call the car Slayer. So Slayer, we are making progress.
Hey, you want this?
So this past weekend,
This or that?
I think the spray does work better.
It does. Wait, let's see. Try to be easy on it. The room for
This is our paint division too, so we're just spraying all that, and we're gonna paint stuff in here, so that's real good. So anyways, we're making progress with Slayer. A few days ago, we did a no prep deal, a streetcar no prep deal. Mainly just tested. I didn't go out there and run anybody. I'm just still trying to figure the car out because it's very, very new to me, put it that way. So ironing out the issues with the car. Right now, the main thing that we're dealing with is heat soak. Obviously, it's hot. You know, we're in the middle of summer, and the car gets very hot. One run we did, it was pulling timing because it was so hot. The manifold air temps were just skyrocketing. I think they were like 190, which is considerably high. So the car is equipped with a Weapon X boost chiller. It's all up in here. It's all sealed off. You know, the guy has it. The guy who built the car previously, he has it all wrapped up, insulated with stuff, and there's duct tape wrapping it all up, so it doesn't drip condensation, whatever. And if you guys aren't familiar with the boost chiller, it runs half of the air conditioning system to the boost chiller to cool the supercharger coolant. When it's on, you will get condensation on these hoses because of the water being so cold going back to the supercharger. Every time I've ran the car and every time we've used the car so far, the boost chiller has not been on because we thought the AC system was out of Freon. It takes the new special Freon, the whatever YF stuff, and we tried to fill it yesterday. So we went to our buddy's place today. He works at a BMW. Shout out Willie. Huge hookup today. We went there. He pressurized the system, vacked it out, put it back in, made sure it was all good, and it was actually good. It was already full. So he just drained it, checked it for leaks, and then put it back in, essentially. And the Freon is full. So should have checked something before we went there and did all this action. So after we did that, we're checking her out. You know, we're looking down there. There is an Innovators West lower damper on the car, and it is the one for the adapter to take the different pulleys, different size pulleys for the supercharger. So looking at it, you know, we're like, hey, the AC compressor isn't spinning. Is it seized up? You know, what's going on with the AC compressor? Look at it a little further. Customer states, air conditioner's not working. Yeah, look down in there, the belt. There's no belt running to the AC compressor. So it is the rearmost position on the pulley, on the lower damper, down on the bottom. The rearmost position against the engine is where the AC belt hooks up to. I got a diagram right here. Boom, one belt goes over the rearmost position, goes over the thing, runs your air conditioner. So we're gonna take that as a good thing because now we know why it's not working. So basically now I'm just trying to figure out if that is the factory size belt for the AC compressor, because I don't know if it needs to be slightly longer for the Innovators West pulley damper on the bottom. So if any of you guys know, if by the time of posting this video, if I don't know yet, if that takes a factory AC belt. Another cool feature of the boost chiller is that there's this switch right here inside the car. So with the switch off, you know, it's normal operating temps. 50% of the Freon goes to the air conditioner, 50% goes to the boost chiller to kind of always be running. Now, if you flip this switch here on the on position puts it in full race mode, which diverts 100% of the AC compressor Freon coolant to the boost chiller, which will really, really get the supercharger coolant like ice cold. So I'll put in that footage of testing this past weekend with the car. No prep surface, super sketchy, Freebird dragway. If anyone knows that, it's a raw place. Why? The shut, dude. I don't. The car is basically, the car moves, okay? In the shutdown from the end, it's only 8th mile, the end of the 8th mile to where you pull off was not that long. There is further shutdown, but it's literally, it goes down to like golf course width, asphalt runway, which you could have took, but not ideal. All right, haven't worn this thing in a while. Jump straight into it. that is where we are today. In the next day or two, we're gonna figure out the belt for the AC compressor. We're gonna get that on. We're gonna get this thing operational. We're gonna figure out what else needs to be done for that. I just picked up all the extra parts that came with the car. So I have the Holley screen for the Holley that's controlling the port injection, so we can hook that up, check that all, and then kind of just go about, you know, making the car work. Which, don't get me wrong, it works very, very well. It's just figuring out how to make it really, really work.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. We'll be riding.
Riding fast.
All right, that's it. We're riding out of here. I will see you guys on the next one. Follow the journey with Slayer, because this is a pretty cool journey. I'm very, very excited, and hopefully this car does very well for us. Knock on wood. Don't have any wood.